Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Codec's webinar session this morning on price harmonization on Microsoft Cloud licenses. My name is Richard Nolan. I'm head of Microsoft Cloud Sales and have been doing this for the last 4 years. So it's a very exciting time for us and for everybody in the team. So this session is going to take about 12 minutes this morning. We won't be doing an hour or anything like that. We'll have questions and answers. If you want to type in your questions in the chat box, if you can find it down on the right-hand side, kind of near the bottom of the screen, that would be great. So the agenda for today, I'm just going to do a quick catch-up about Codec. Then we'll get stuck into what the global price alignment means for the euro against the US dollar. This is affecting all European country currencies, including the Scandinavian and UK, some more than others. And then we will talk about the solution provider program, just a recap on the changes with the new commerce experience that came in last year. And then finally, I want to talk about price protection through NCE, how you can keep the current lower price pre-increase through the NCE, and you can get that increase or that protection for up to a year. So moving along, Codec, we've been around for quite a long time, as you can see, 35 years. We're an award-winning Microsoft practice, revenues of mid-30 millions and headcount of 265. We've got offices all over Ireland, UK, Germany, Poland, and in Turkey now as well. So we have a small office there too for a DevOps practice. So I've mentioned there we're an award-winning company, and certainly we have both the Azure Awards of Data, AI, Azure Infrastructure, as well as business applications and for the SME and enterprise markets. But more importantly is we have our staff have very high certification levels, and that means that we have the highest level of certification in Ireland with these 12 gold and 2 silver competencies. And then it's backed up by external audits from ISO and the Cyber Security Plus, and that's kind of where we are. So let's get stuck into the actual meat of today. So Microsoft have announced a program to harmonize global pricing with the US dollar. And what this means now is that they're going to be doing this twice a year, and the dates currently set are for the 1st of April and the 1st of October. We will be told in advance, up to 2 months in advance of the price change, whether it's going to be an increase or possibly a decrease, depending on how the currencies are. So it's going to be fairly transparent. We'll be able to keep an eye on what they're doing. So the next price alignment is for the 1st of April, and it will be an 11% increase for euro prices. And this is for all cloud licenses except for Azure Plan on CSP. So that's kind of the little bit of good news there for all you Azure customers. Now, customers with current annual commit subscriptions will have price protection until their renewal date, but I want to go through that in a little bit more detail now. So this is going to recap on the new commerce experience. So basically the traditional CSP model, which has been around for the guts of 10 years, that was replaced on the 1st of March in 2002 with the new commerce experience, but it's still called CSP, Cloud Solution Provider Model. Previously, you were legally committed to the annual term to get the pricing, because if you had a look on the website, you had 2 prices. You had the kind of monthly commit and the annual commit. But you were never in effect penalized for reducing the licenses during the term or even canceling them. You just stopped paying, they stopped charging you for them. But under NCE, you are held to these terms, okay? So legally nothing's changed, but in practice things have changed. And I just want to go through this again. So the 4 options for your licensing and billing. The first one is annual commit with an annual billing in advance. annual commit, monthly billing in arrears. So that's kind of the most cash effective way to do it. And then monthly commit with monthly billing in arrears. The big thing there is that it costs you 20% more. There's a premium on that for only taking the monthly commit. So what people should be looking at doing is kind of stabilizing a baseline number of quantity of subscriptions, and then if there's any flexing in your staff during the year, you can have them set up on the monthly commit basis, but you do pay that premium. And then for a small number of Dynamics 365 SKUs, you can get a 3-year commit, and this is annual billing in advance, but your price is protected for a 3-year period. And then finally, if your annual commit NCE subscriptions renew or you have new subscriptions before the 1st of April, then you have price protection. Okay, so what I want to do now is just talk about some additional price protection through the NCE model. And so if your current subscriptions are if your current subscriptions renewal dates, let's call them subs A, if they are coming up for after the 1st of April, then you can lock in additional price protection on CSP by provisioning new subscriptions in March. Okay, so we need to provision these before the 1st of April. Let's call them subs B. And then you set subs A to expire by switching off auto renew. When the subs A expire, then you increase the subs B to the required quantities. So if there was 100 in subs A and they expire on the 20th of July, on the 20th of July, you then increase your subs B to 100, okay? And then the new renewal date will be the subs B date, which will be that date in March 2023. And that will give you that price protection on those subscriptions until March 2024. EA customers are treated completely differently because you've got an agreement that locks in the pricing for your subscriptions during the term of the EA agreement. If you have Azure, that is affected. You will be getting a price increase there. But EA customers can set up a CSP NCE subscription in parallel to the main EA, and we're seeing more and more customers do this where they have the two types of agreements, and it gives them a lot more flexibility there as well. And just a note there at the end that Codec Service Desk can take care of all this for you. And I'm just going to give you my details at the end, and then if you have any questions, that's really it for today. So you can email myself or Sinead Woods, who's sent you the email for the invitation, and you can talk to us about if you'd like to talk more, if you want to switch your licensing platform, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So that's it from me. Sinead, do we have any questions?
Not yet, Richard, no.
Okay. Well, if there are no questions, then thank you very much for attending, and hopefully talk to you again.
Just give it 1 minute and see if we know.